Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. A couple of days ago, there was a news article in a Jamaica overseas where it is confirmed that two Jamaican youths, Reese Anglin and Tafari Elliott, were in a confrontation with the police, Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that is police, BSO Sheriff Office, amongst Fugitive Task Force, amongst others. After the smoke cleared, one of those individuals, Mr. Elliott, he was conned up. He fled from the scene of the crime, took away himself. However, he was later arrested, taken to the hospital, and then taken into the custody of the Sheriff Office, BSO. Mr. Reese Anglin, him take for himself, runner from Florida, well, not runner from Florida, run away from Fort Lauderdale, end up in a Tampa. They held him in Tampa. Took him back to Fort Lauderdale, and he is presently arrested pending charges. Well, he was officially charged for 2 counts of attempted murder, illegal firearm, discharging a firearm, the whole book they gave him. Also an immigration hold. I want you to take a listen, take a look to what the professional journalist has to say about that whole episode, and then I'll give my piece.
According to media reports, the Broward Sheriff's Office BSO said the incident occurred on February 12 at Calypso Key Apartments, where members of the BSO's Gang Investigations Task Force were conducting an operation. The police allege that Anglin and another suspect, 28-year-old Tafari Elliott, confronted 2 officers, a deputy and a Lauderhill police officer, and opened fire after being ordered to drop their weapons. The officers returned fire, hitting Elliott, who fled the scene, but was later captured and taken to a medical center for treatment. Elliott is also facing 2 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. The BSO said none of their officers were wounded in the exchange and indicated that multiple firearms were recovered at the scene. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating the cops' use of force, while the BSO's Criminal Investigations Division is handling the cases against Anglin and Elliott. The BSO has placed the deputy who discharged his weapon on administrative assignment. The immigration status of the Jamaican national at the time of the incident was not confirmed by the BSO.
Now, people, there's a saying that goes something like this. You can take a pig out of the sty, wash him off, put lipstick on him, and he is still going to be a pig. I say this to say that these youths leave from Jamaica with the same attitude, the same mindset, and think that because it probably work in a Jamaica, them get away with multiple crimes, it is going to happen in America. But I am here to tell you that these are 2 different kettle of fishes. These people take them crime fighting very serious. These people are coordinated. That means everything and everybody linked together. That means if you pie up after the police, even though you got the shitty end of the stick, and you run away from Fort Lauderdale and you end up in a Tampa, which is probably about 2 hours, 3 hours away from Fort Lauderdale. You will be caught. They will spare no expenses to make sure that they take you into custody, especially if you pie up after the po and when they came for you on a warrant. Them want you badly, and even now that you fire can after them in a confrontation, they are going to want you even more badly. Such is the case as it pertains to Elliott, such is the case as it pertains to Anglin. Only time will tell. More than likely, they are going to face the music for those charges of confrontation with the police, and as soon as they finish a couple of decades, if they are found guilty, they are going to come back to Jamaica from whence they are from. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off a video that has been making its round over social media, where a man known as Trevor Anthony Grant claims that he was born in New Jersey. However, he was deported illegally to Jamaica, where he is not from, no family members, no sorts of ties, nothing at all. Now, people, here's my view, and I am going to explain why I said that this man, more than likely, was not born in the United States. Not going to say that he is Jamaican, but his accents, not the American side of his accents. However, if you've lived in America for a very long time, when you talk to people, even if they have the American accent, you could pick out, if you have that natural instinct, somebody's accent, meaning Jamaican or wherever they are from. That is not an original American accent. Not to say that it cannot pass, but me just say something is not right with this story. So people, the video is about 5 minutes and something long. If you've seen the video or heard of the audio before, please skip or forward for about 5 minutes or so. And then I am going to give my piece, my opinion, why I say what I say, that he is not an American citizen. More than likely. Take a listen, take a look.
My name is Trevor Anthony Grant. I'm a United States citizen born in Camden, New Jersey. On about the 2nd of March 2023, I was leaving a girl's house. Apparently, ICE was looking for someone that used to stay at that address. After leaving the house, I went to a gas station. ICE pulled upon me and asked me, do I know Mr. Nicely? In reply, I said no. Well, we got into a little bit of dispute to where I used some euphemism such as go climb shut fuck mountain. I was busy, right? And he got offended. So we started arguing with each other. Look, I'm a federal officer, and then again, I'm like, bro, I don't care nothing about you being a federal officer. So he arrested me, took me to Montgomery County Processing Center. While in Montgomery Processing Center, to be fair, ICE do have the right to hold you up to 90 days for investigation. Upon the completion of that 90 days, Mr. Carlos Pinero, the ICE officer, came to me and said, look, if I let you out of here and you come after me, I'm going to come after you with everything I got. So, by the way, you still have that attorney? In reply, I says no, and that's when everything went downhill. He kept me in ICE detention facility for 23 months. Now, Montgomery County have a policy that ICE can only hold you up to 2 years. Now, 2 days short of the eve of those 2 years, ICE came up with travel documents. Now, mind me, ICE been trying to get travel documents from the Jamaican consulate for 2 years and have not gotten them. So I'm highly suspicious if these travel documents to kick a United States citizen out of the country is legal. I had an interview with the Jamaican consul, Mr. Burton, at which time Mr. Burton came to the conclusion I'm not from Jamaica.
Did he give you any documentation to say that?
Say that? No, well, they don't do that. They simply have an interview with you over the phone, and he makes a determination there based on the information you give him and the information back here. I couldn't give him any information for Jamaica because this is my first time being in Jamaica. Went to the Houston Consul General office, and I had an interview with that lady, Miss Johnson, I believe is her last name. At which time Miss Johnson also came to the conclusion I'm not a Jamaican citizen. So she was more so reluctant to send documents. She is now over the Miami office. So, as I stated before, the travel documents to kick me out the country is highly questionable, seeing that they've been trying for 2 years to get those documents. And up on the eve of me being released, all of a sudden the documents popped up.
They say this is your first time in Jamaica?
This is my first time in Jamaica.
Do you have any Jamaican relatives?
Ma'am, I don't have no Jamaican relatives. Like I said, this is my first time here. I love the Highlands. I love the hills. My God, this reminds me of California. But like I said, I'm an Israelite. I'm also a minister. All things happen according to the purpose of God will. I also have vision being in a country preaching the gospel. So maybe this is it.
You said you wanted to find a church.
Yes, I'm a Jew. I'm looking for a Jewish organization or any church to start my ministry. And it's going to be a doozy, because I'm touched by God Almighty.
You said you'll be going to Reddit's. A friend put you up.
Yeah, a friend gave me a place in Reddit's to stay for a couple of days. So,
after that, where are you looking after that? Where are you looking after that?
Well, I don't know. Whatever the Lord have, the Lord have that man prepared for me. I just came out here, man. I thank God for that, because a lot of folks come out here, they ain't got no place to stay. But the good Lord have this man right here say, hey, you can come stay with me. I also explained my situation to the ICE officer
here.
Yeah, well, to the ICE officer on the plane.
Okay.
And their response was, hey, if your story is true, and the Jamaican government determined that you're not a Jamaican citizen, we will take you, put you back on the plane. Unfortunately, they left before I finished the interview. Someone needs to know what Donald Trump is doing to Black Americans in America.
Yeah,
I'm not the first. I'm
that
not the first. I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. There was also another individual that was in ICE. I think it was about 9 months ago. ICE locked him up for 9 months, and he hired a lawyer. These lawyers, man, they charging you $10,000, $15,000. Look, I don't have $10,000 to pay. And even if I had $10,000 to pay, I'm not gonna pay because it's not that big of a deal. The law is the law. The documents prove fingerprint don't lie. You and I can look alike, but you and I would never. Yeah, you and I would never have the same biometric fingerprint. And my biometric is not Mr. Nicely, which I already showed that to you. So that in itself tell you that something very, very shaded is going on. That someone needs to get to the bottom of this. And I'm hoping that by you bringing this to light, attorney here or attorney there will hear about it and step to the plate.
So people, you heard what that man said. Now here's the thing. I am not saying that it is not possible for you to be a United States citizen based on what is going on in America right now, where they are just shipping out people without doing the proper paperwork. Them just a rush to ship people, mass shipping, mass exodus, them call it. However, if you are an American citizen and born in America like this man claims, it is easy to prove. Your mother, name, your father, name, your mother, social security, father, social security. Citizenship can be checked easily. Which hospital, which state, which city you're born, which school you attended. If you cannot or do not have those type of information to furnish to immigration, it tells you that something is definitely wrong. Even if this man was born in Jamaica and he said he was not, and he was a naturalized citizen, the only way you could have lost that citizenship and get deported was for some extreme crime such as treason, amongst others. You have people in America stuck in an immigration for years. 8 years I've known cases in which people stuck in an immigration and still get deported back to Jamaica because them did a fight the case. That was pre-Trump. Just imagine more people is going to be coming faster and faster. So all of these people that thought that, them now want to furnish ICE with the proper information where exactly they are from, thinking that if them not tell them the information, them can't get deported if them come from Jamaica, wherever other country. Well, people, them have a place named Guantanamo Bay that fits couple thousand people, I think 30,000 people, and other islands that are volunteering to house immigration people. So therefore, they will not be in America in those cold cell. They will be out going to somewhere else. So this man claims that he was fighting his case for 2 years. Just before the 2 years when he was supposed to let out, them came and them get the paperwork from the Jamaican consulate and them send him back to Jamaica. Last but not least, well, not last but not least, second to last, this man, even though you hear the American accent in him, based on somebody that has lived in America for a couple of decades, well, I know that in his voice somewhere there's a Caribbean accent, more than likely a Jamaican accent. My spidey instincts is telling me that. So you hear this man talk about somebody going to put him off a couple of days and he wants to find a church, he wants to be a pastor. People, sister, this man is a con man. Last but not least, I am not saying that it is not possible for this man to be an American and get caught up in the shuffle because things are moving so fast. However, I doubt it very much that you could be born in America, in any state, those 50-odd states, can't give the information where your mother name, where your father name, which school you go, which hospital you're born, rate. That are the criteria, simple criteria. If you cannot furnish that, that means that you're lying. And I am not saying that he is not from Jamaica, but me just say, more than likely, him never born in America. based on the fact that he could not furnish those information, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news based off the short video that you just saw is of an incident that took place off Constant Spring Road in the vicinity of Phil's Hardware at the intersection of Constant Spring Road and Dunrabin. Based on information, the man that you see on the screen was in his vehicle, Mercedes-Benz, that you see on the picture, in the picture. When some men on bike roll up, blaze up some can upon him, he tried to drive. However, he only made it to that gas station down the road. The whole road was corralled by police doing the investigation, crime scene, the scene of a takeaway. Now, people, I want you to look at this youth's picture. Young youths, Gucci this, Gucci that, Mercedes-Benz, but more specifically, I want you to look at the finger of his right hand, gun finger, gun pose. Now, when you look at this youth, him look like the typical brown uptown youth. However, these youth, them broke out like sore. These youths are definitely involved. The truth and the fact that I don't like to stereotype, but whenever we see any sorts of young youth posing in any sorts of picture and then you see the gun finger pose, it tells you that more than likely them either watch too much rap video, too much dancehall video, or they are actually living that life. They are about that life. However, when you're about that life, there are repercussions that come with that life. Pretty much, if you live by the gun, then you also get taken out by it. I think that that is the case as it pertains to Mr. Stephen Brandon. The opposition came back and took him out. Election run and he lost his life. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called surprise, surprise, surprise. If you are basing your opinion on the court of public opinion. A couple of days ago in a Westmoreland Negril area, a taximan and a jerk chicken man got into a confrontation. That confrontation led to the jerk chicken man gets taken out. Based on the details, it is said that the jerk chicken man hired the services of the taximan. He was going to his jerk stand. However, he stopped and he bought a bag of coal. When he bought that bag of coal, it was messing up the taximan's vehicle, a Voxy to be specific. The taximan decided that he was going to charge him an extra $100, for his services, including the fee to go to his destination. However, upon reaching, when the jerk man wanted back his dollar for his change, the taximan refused. It is said that, well, the video evidence showed that the jerk man pulled a knife on the taximan. The taximan then went in at the hatchback of his Voxy and retrieved a machete bill. There was a verbal altercation turned physical. Jerkman launched at him with his knife, him wheel and pop off and lend the jerkman one nine head. The jerkman was taken to the hospital. Because of the seriousness of his injuries, he was transferred to an ex-hospital. However, too late was the call. When I read the comments, most persons are going to say or said, the jerkman got what he deserved. Well, people, I guess the police saw the video. You heard the video. You heard in the video. The police have said that's why we need to charge them whenever we catch them with any sort of machine, even if it is for their own defense. Here's the facts about the case. Pretty much is who initiated it, who started it, who was the aggressor. Yes, I understand that it is only $100, but there's principle behind everything. And again, this is my opinion. Your opinion can be different from mine. You cannot just tell yourself you're going to charge a man an extra 100. When the fare is 400, him give you 500. You should give him back your change. Even if you feel like him dirty up your place or dirty up the back of your vehicle. That is something that you're supposed to come to some sorts of agreement. So even though the jerkman was wrong for messing up the man place with a whole bunch of coal, you cannot just take it upon yourself that you are going to charge. The fee is the fee. And if you see somebody are going in a place, even though it is said that the cabbie told him that don't put the coal in my thing, and he put it anyway. So therefore, the jerkman was wrong without a shadow of a doubt. However, the taxi man now finds himself being charged for the takeaway of that man. So the $100 that he gained, he will now have to hire a lawyer, which is going to cost him probably a couple of hundreds of thousands of dollars, fight a case of takeaway. So you have to ask yourself, was it really worth it? My point is that you cannot be penny-wise and pound-foolish. You cannot lose your life or take away a life for $100, regardless of the circumstance. It is as simple as that. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the madness and the badness on Maxfield has broken out into sore. A couple of days ago, there was a multiple car accident along Maxfield Avenue where it is confirmed that a Honda Civic, was blazing like a mad bat out of hell. Lick a couple of vehicles, lick into a cesspool truck, turn over the cesspool truck. That Honda Civic almost broken into half. It is said that a lady, a passenger in that vehicle, she received head injuries. Both of them, the driver and herself, were taken to the hospital. Fast forward a couple of days, Maxfield Avenue again, only not the madness but the badness. Raphael Avenue and Ramsey Road. There's a conflict where it used to be dormant. Now it flare up like a volcano once again. Based on the information, it is said that on Saturday night on Ramsey Road, a victim was taken out, blazed up by gunshots. Fast forward Sunday on Raphael Avenue, a victim was taken out in reprisal. So people, we see the tit for tat, eye for an eye, it continues. When will it end? Will it ever end? All we know that the police is corralling the place because them know say sooner or later, whenever the cat's away, the mice will play. Meaning that as soon as the police leave, or even at the presence of the police, these people just hate each other. These people are out for blood. These people are playing a serious game, eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.